Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new, I'm Tiffany and this is our small town life. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a soup for you. This is part of a Souptember collab hosted by Leanne over at the Mennonite Farmhouse. Such a sweet lady, and she's worked really hard putting this collab together. I will leave more information about it as well as a list of everyone who's participating down in the description box. There'll be a playlist so that you can go check out these videos. And y'all, you're going to be getting a video with soup through the whole month of September. So many great ideas, and I've already gotten a little preview of some of the different soups that people are planning on making, and I'm really excited about it. I've already gotten a lot of inspiration of soups that I would like to make through the fall and winter. So I'll have lots of great information about that down in the description box for you. There's also a giveaway as part of this collaboration. So at the end of the month, after we've had all this great soup inspiration through Souptember, on October 7th, there's going to be a giveaway over on the Mennonite Farmhouse. They're giving away $100 gift cards, $50 gift cards, lots of great things. And so you don't want to miss that. To be able to enter into that giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment on these videos. So if you see something you like in today's video, you want to leave a little comment for me, have some extra information you want to add, just want to say hello, leave a comment down below and you can be entered into the giveaway. The soup that I have planned for today is a winter squash soup, specifically candy roaster squash. We grew these in our garden for the first time this year. This was a new squash to us, and y'all, they did great. They were so fun to grow. We learned a lot about them, and they're something that we'll be growing again and again because we love them so much. We've used them in all kinds of things. Audrey, my oldest, my daughter, she makes a candy roaster squash cheesecake that's to die for. So I'm really excited to try it in this soup. Now, usually I make a butternut squash soup, which you could do with this recipe. You could use a lot of different kinds of winter squash for this recipe, but usually I do butternut squash. I'm excited to try this with the candy roaster squash. So what I need to do is go grab one of those, get it all cleaned up and ready, and we're going to roast it. So I'm going to get it going in the oven. I'm starting this a little bit early today so that it has time to roast, and then we can work on putting the soup together a little while later. Look at this beauty, y'all. Isn't that amazing? This is the candy roaster squash, the North Georgia candy roaster squash. The pan that I usually roast these in, I made a mistake and I broke it. So I may have to put this into two pans to roast it today, but I wanted to show it to you. Isn't that so awesome? Let's turn this into soup. I'd like to take just a moment and introduce myself to you. Like I said earlier, my name is Tiffany, and this is our small town life. Around here, I like to say that we are a simple southern family, showing you what it looks like to live in a small town in the southern United States. I like to share my love for Christ and my passion for gardening and raising my family and chickens. I also like to show how we preserve our food and cook our meals. I'm trying to do my best to live a slower, simpler, maybe even old-fashioned lifestyle. I like to share a lot of the things that I learned over the years, especially from my grandparents, skills and traditions that they passed on to me, and now I'm doing my best to keep those alive and pass them on to my children, and I enjoy sharing them with you all as well. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, I sure would love to have you stick around and be part of our YouTube family. To get this candy roaster squash ready, I'm cutting it into more manageable pieces. If you were using a smaller squash, you wouldn't have to do that. You might just cut it in half. But I'm getting this into more manageable sizes that I can fit into my pans. And I just cut it up and I'm scraping the seeds out. You'll see me saving some of those later so that we have some to plant next year. And then I'm putting those in a baking dish. Put some salt and some pepper on them, as well as a little bit of water down in the bottom just so they steam a little bit while they cook. And then I'm putting them in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven and roasting them for an hour or a little bit more, just until they're nice and tender. Our squash is done. I went ahead and turned the oven off and just left it sitting in there. It's nice and tender. It's been in a 375-degree oven, 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for a little over an hour, and it's nice and tender. I'm leaving it in there for now while I chop up some onion that I'm going to saute. And these are some of our onions. Audrey just brought a few in for me. These are smaller, so I think I'm going to do 2 of these. I'm going to get those sauteing, and then we'll pull the squash out and get it ready to go in the pot. Also grab some of our garlic and do a couple of cloves of garlic to add in here as well. We also made some homemade rolls to go with our soup. We used our hamburger bun recipe, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box. I'm also going to run outside and get some rosemary because I think I want to add that in as well. Still a few pieces of cream cheese that I need to stir in. What do you think?
Potato soup.
Potato? actually the next day now. We had our soup last night. It was delicious. And I wanted to come back on, talk to you a little bit more about it, let you know exactly what we thought about it. So it was so good. It was a little sweeter than butternut squash soup usually is. It almost borderlined, I think at one point I said, this tastes a little bit like the filling of a sweet potato casserole, even though it had onions and garlic and the beans in it. So I think if I wanted it to be more savory, you could even add maybe some shredded cheddar cheese, top it with sour cream and chives. So it's a soup that you can really take either way. You can let it have that real sweet flavor of that candy roaster squash, or you can add some things to it, get creative, and add some things to it to make it a little more savory. I've been so excited about these candy roaster squash, y'all. We have been using them, and we've been putting some of it in the freezer so that we can use it later. I really, really enjoyed growing these, and they've been something really interesting and fun to cook with. But like I said, you could use any winter squash for this soup. Don't forget that this video is part of Souptember. I am so excited to be participating in this. There's so many great channels that are taking part. I will have a link to all of those channels down in the description box, and every day, all the way through September, you can get really great ideas of soups to add to your meal plan through the fall and the winter. And at the end of Souptember, on October 7th, over on Mennonite Farmhouse, there'll be an amazing giveaway. To enter it, all you gotta do is leave a comment. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.